Hi, everyone. Thank you so much again for joining us, Scott Week 2022. And I'm very excited to have one of my most favorite people on today, Tom Rioch of Scottish Fest, or what most of us know in California as the Costa Mesa Highland Games. Tom, welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
We're thrilled to have you. And we know from just running our programs over the last couple of years that everybody loves to tune in to these segments about the Scottish Highland Games in the North Americas. I think it's great fun. And I think it's fun too for people in Scotland because it's so completely different in the United States than it is in Scotland. And we hold the games and everybody in the US likes to wear tartan to these events.
They do. They absolutely do. And they are different. As you know, Cindy, you've been to festivals or Scottish Highland Games in Scotland many times, as I have, and they are much different from what's here in North America versus what happens in Scotland. But both are equally entertaining and a lot of fun.
It truly is. And I've been going to Costa Mesa for, oh my goodness, more than 30 years. I enjoy the program every year. We've missed it. So this year we're finally back in May. Yeah, and also I want to direct people to your website, Scottish Fest. Pre-purchase your tickets now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't wait to get to the gate. Get them now, and then that'll be much faster getting in and enjoying all the fun. But wanted to talk a little bit about also too, you started a new event last year in October, Scottoberfest.
Yes, that is.
Which I attended, and we're going to be showing some footage of that next. So after this interview with you, I'm going to show the audience some footage of what that's like. And then also too, in May, which will be after Scott Week 2022, of course, which is April. In May, we'll be coming to we'll be coming to Costa Mesa, and I'll be there and I'll be broadcasting a little bit live. I'm not going to do the whole games because we want you to come and enjoy. But if you want to get a little taste and see what it's like, follow us, and it's going to be really great fun. Tell me a little bit about the games and tell our viewers and our audience a little bit about what you do.
So are you talking about the May or the October or both?
Well, I guess let's go ahead and talk about both. And you've been at this for quite a while.
Yeah,
been the
sure. Yeah, this will be my 18th year as chieftain of the Costa Mesa Games, or Scottish Fest. But last year, as we did a virtual Scottish Fest, and we were here with you last year talking about that, which is a complete movie that's still on our website if anybody wants to go out there and view it, with interviews with a lot of the entertainers that are actually going to be at our festival this year, which is kind of a nice correlation between last year and this year. But then as we were moving into the middle part of last year, we started thinking about coming back in 2022 and the enormous undertaking that might be, with the world changing as much as it has since March of 2020. So we decided to do this smaller festival, more music festival in October, called it Scottoberfest. We tied in with the Orange County Soccer Club, so you could come to the festival during the day, and then your ticket got you into the soccer game at night. And so since football in Scotland, the soccer here, is so connected to the Europeans and to Scottish culture, we thought that was a really nice tie-in. So we did that. We had a complete music lineup. We did a little bit of bagpiping competition, and we had some Scottish vendors there, and of course Scottish food. And what it did, Cindy, was it allowed us to really see what the marketplace was like in terms of how people collective mindsets had changed. A lot of the companies we used to do business with were no longer in business, and that really helped prepare us for 2022 as we move into our 2022 festival that, as you said, is May 28th and 29th at the Orange County Fair and Event Center in Costa Mesa, California.
It was great fun. We had the best time. And not only was it fun because we hadn't been able to have the games during the pandemic, but it was fun to get together. It was fun to come out and have some of the food and enjoy the music of the LA Scots Pipe Band. Phenomenal. So that will be playing actually after this interview as well. And what is it that you're looking forward to for the Highland Games coming up in May? What are you looking forward to most? What did you miss most?
It was the people. It really was those, acquaintances that maybe you only see once a year at the festival that we haven't had the experience of interacting with over the past few years. And the joy that comes to people's faces of coming in and experiencing Scottish Fest, or really any other festival of this kind across the country. It's good to be back and doing it for the people. We're an all volunteer organization, so none of us get paid for what we do. So the reward is seeing the smiling faces, putting on a professional and quality show that we can be proud of, and promote Scottish heritage is really what we've really missed the most. But it really comes down to the people, and I'm really looking forward to getting back and interacting with the people, and just having that fun Ceilidh type atmosphere, and the competition that we have with piping, athletics, and Highland dancing, and bringing that back. Because over the past couple of years, the Highland dancers, the pipe bands, and the athletes have not really had a venue to perform and compete and work on continuing to refine their talents. And so we're really looking forward to having all of that come back and be in one place, and that we can all share and enjoy a good Scottish day.
It's going to be great. And I know that just from the couple of Highland Games we were able to attend last year in the states that were allowing it, we saw more people attending than ever before. And so it was great fun. And I think people are really looking forward to getting back and seeing everyone. Have you had so far, I know it's a little early, but have you had some bands sign up? Are you having people? Okay, so this is good news.
Yeah, so obviously, if you're talking pipe bands, the LA Scots, that's our guest band. We love working with Scott and Dr. Ken Mish and Colin Armstrong. We love working with that group of individuals. They're professionals. They bring the highest quality to Scottoberfest and obviously to our festivals over the years, and we're looking forward to them being back. But in terms of other types of music, the Wicked Tinkers will be back. And they are a fantastic tribal type band with bagpipes and drums. Eric Riegler will be bringing Bad Haggis for a show. One of the things we're doing this year is we're changing our times on Saturday. So rather than going from 9 to 6 as we have in the past, we're going from 10 to 7, and we're pushing Saturday back a little bit later. And what we're going to do is we are going to have a showcase type performance by Bad Haggis. So we'll only perform one time at the festival, and that'll be sometime around 5 to 5:30, all the way up to our closing at 7. So something a little different that we took from Scottoberfest, because we did that type of performance there. And so we learned a little bit from that, and are putting that on. The other band that we have are the Plowboys. They're going to be there as well. And we are also working on other entertainment, and that will be coming out across our social media over the next couple of weeks.
And speaking of social media, can you direct people to your social media sites and platforms, and as well as your website?
Yeah, so the website is, as you said, Cindy, scottishfest.com, all one word. And we have tickets on sale there, and a lot of the different things that we're doing, including being able to sign up for competition and things like that. We also are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and those are all accessible. Most of the handles are Scottish Fest. So if you go out to any one of those, type in that, you'll get directed to us, or you can go to our website, and that will help direct you to our social media.
Wonderful. And I can't stress enough how important it is to pre-buy your tickets. I think they cost just a little bit more at the door anyway. And it's just one less stressful thing to show up to the games. It's great fun. Plan to spend all day long if you haven't already been to the games, and maybe even all weekend. Make it a weekend. It's great fun. There's constant entertainment. You'll be left at the end of the day thinking, wow, it feels like we just got here an hour ago. We want to stay longer. So plan to stay the whole weekend. I was excited to find out, and this was a relatively new development at the time of making of this interview, but that this was no longer going to be just an outdoor event, because originally it was coming into 2022. We're now indoor. It's back. Everything as normal, right?
Yeah, so we were planning originally when we started late last year and early this year of being an outdoor, all outdoor festival, primarily because of the protocols in California. Those started to ease a few weeks ago, and when those started to ease, it allowed us the opportunity to move back into buildings for some of our vendors. Our Highland Dancing, those tend to be indoors. And so we are going to do that. We're still following the protocols that are, they're in place to make sure that we keep people as safe as possible. Both our staff, volunteers, the participants, competitors, and general public, and our guests. We want to make sure that people are safe, but at the same time, getting the festival back to as normal as we can, so that when people walk back in, they're experiencing 2019 of where things are. But we've learned a lot and things have changed. Like I said, we're moving our times around. We're doing things a little bit differently in terms of our salute to veterans. We do a salute to veterans each day because we're on Memorial Day weekend. And our Scottish Clan March, we're doing a little bit something different there, bringing them into our stadium area to highlight, our clans more and give them more recognition. And then, of course, the salute to veterans, making sure that we recognize all of those that made the ultimate sacrifice for us to be able to actually have a conversation today in freedom.
That's fantastic, because I've always enjoyed that parade. And so you're bringing that into the stadium. That's amazing. Yep. I can't wait to see that. I'm sure it's going to be phenomenal. And just to give people an idea about how many people used to, I say used to because now it's post-pandemic, pre-pandemic, how many people attended this event normally, approximately?
Yeah, over the 2 days, it's about 20,000 people, give or take, 1,000 here or there, but it's about 20,000 people. And we're, I was very encouraged to hear you say earlier that, festivals that have gone before us here in recent time actually saw an uptick in their attendance. I just heard the Phoenix Games, which was a few weeks ago, had really strong attendance. So that's good news that people are coming back and coming back stronger than ever. And that's really good news to hear.
I just can't wait to be there again this year. I can't wait for, hopefully our viewers will attend as well. And people, please do get involved. Here we just heard Tom talk about, he's been doing this as a volunteer for 18 years. Yep. I just want to say, very well done. It's always spectacular. You do an amazing job. You're very organized. I'm always in awe of everything that you do. And now adding this event, Scottoberfest, late October, is super exciting as well.
And Cindy, if I could just say something about that, it's not, I thank you for recognizing me, but at the same time, it's more about the volunteers and the team. They do all the hard heavy lifting. I just do a lot of arm waving. They're the ones that do all the heavy lifting. So it's a big shout out to the about 200 volunteers that put this on every year. And like I said, the planning this year is a little more complicated and challenging just because we're trying to restart the festival. This will almost be 3 years since we had our last festival in 2019. So it's taking a bit more work, but it's all about the volunteers. They're the ones that deserve all the credit.
Well, you're a very gracious and humble person. And I know that it does take a lot of volunteers, but it's always somebody at the helm. And that's a tough position to be in, as I know. So thank you so much for all that you do for the Scottish community. We're so excited to see you this year at both of your events.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Okay, everyone get on the website right now. Get your tickets. We'll see you at Scottish Fest at the Costa Mesa Highland Games.
Thank you, Cindy.
Tom, thank you so much for being on here with us today.
Okay, thank you.